Hey folks, it's Lauren here. I am going to do a review and some swatching of the Creative Expressions Opal Lustre Gilding and Glaze polishes. So you can see some of them here on my desk. I've done most of the Opal, actually all of the Opal polishes. This is these are made, by the way, by Creative Expressions, and I ordered them from both scrapbook.com and joggles.com. Joggles had the best price. But scrapbook.com, of course, is always a great resource. So Opal Polish Pink Thistle, you can tell that the Opal polishes are different on black or dark cardstock than they are on white. So this is what the Pink Thistle looks like. And then this is the Golden Glow, which I don't see a whole lot of difference on this particular one between dark and white cardstock. Opal Polish in Blueberry Peach. So one is a little more blue on the dark, and it is peach on the white. This is the Golden Flamingo. And this is the Copper Peach on this one. I'm recording this on my laptop camera. We'll see how this comes out. Lavender Blue. This one's really pretty. I'll show you the jar of this one. And this is the Blue Parakeet, which is also very cool. So they're a really creamy polish. They dry pretty quickly. And they're great for embossed cardstock. But you can see how yummy that is. And you can see this is the lavender blue. So you can see the hints of lavender and the blue, obviously the blue. But it has like an iridescent, well, it doesn't have light. It has an iridescence to it, which creates the dual colors. Okay, and then we have the Gilding polish, which is also super creamy and yummy. This one is Lush Pink. And you can just see how it's just luscious. And I'm going to show you some colors on the ones that I've already swatched. This is the Silver Dream. Again, this is the Gilding polish. This is the Graphite, which is kind of a cool color. And the Enchanted Gold, which is actually silver on white cardstock. The Pearl Lustre, which is pretty cool. They're all pretty cool. And we're going to go ahead and swatch the rest of these that I have. Let's see, Gilding polish. So there should be 3 of these. I think I'm missing one. Okay, and then the Lustre polish. Lustre polish is similar to the Gilding polish, but it has a lot of mica in it. So this is the Tantalizing Teal. Super sparkly. And this is the Violet Vibe. And I'm going to swatch the rest of them with you in a moment. And then the product, I think this might have been their original product. This is called Opal Blaze Polish. And you can tell it just looks like this white iridescent stuff. They all look the same. But the dark cardstock effect is pretty cool. And we're going to swatch these so you'll get a better view. And I've done a couple of those I can show you. This is the Teal Raspberry. So this is another one that's different on light versus dark cardstock. So that's Teal Raspberry. And this is, Sapphire Grape. Yum. So let's take a look at the Lustre polish. It just looks like a little galaxy of stars. Let's see if I can get that in the camera. So yummy. So this one is Blue Allure. Let's go ahead and swatch that. The cool thing about most of these, the Lustre, the Opal, and the Gilding polish, is they have a sponge. So you just press back on it, and you get this lovely little sponge that just sits in there all ready to use. Okay, Blue Allure. Whoops. So many cards. I thought I was prepared. Lustre polish. Lustre polish. Here we go. All right, Blue Allure. And I think my writing may be upside down. So here's what you do with these. You just take your sponge and you make like a little, just kind of rub it up against the side. The mica makes this one a little less creamy feeling, but you just get some on your sponge. You don't need very much at all. And then I'm just going to do, let me move these out of the way. I'm just going to do a little circle. And you can see how just really, really yummy that is. And then that's on dark. So on dark cardstock, that's more of a tinted shimmer, but it's really pretty on the white. Okay, and then we're just going to pop that back in there, close this up. Okay, then we have Purple Paradise. Oops, that's the wrong brand. Okay, Lustre Polish. This is the lemon sherbet. Lemon sherbet. Yum, yum. There's a lot in the cap sometimes, depending on shipping, I guess. So again, you just pop the little sponge out of there. They do have kind of a an odor. It's not really strong, but I wouldn't call it pleasant. So I'm sure there's, some chemical. So I'm just going to wipe the excess off the edge. And then here's our lemon sherbet card. So that would make a pretty sun, huh? And there we go. Here you have it on white and on dark cardstock. Okay. So this stuff dries pretty quickly, which is a good thing for the most part. I was going to try doing some blending with it. I don't know how that'll work. Okay, Raspberry Sorbet Lustre Polish. Yum. Almost good enough to eat. And I have lost my card, so we may not be swatching this one. Unless I find it. We'll come back to this one. I'm sure it will turn up somewhere. Let's go to the Gilding polish. All right. Oh, we have one more. Sorry, one more Lustre polish left. So this is Apple Fizz. It's this beautiful, vibrant green. And sometimes these caps take a little elbow grease. So again, look how yummy. I'm obsessed with these things. I think it's the Lustre polish that mostly has the odor. I'm going to scoop this back into the jar. And they say it's mica, but I swear it almost looks like glitter. Okay, here we go. Apple Fizz. And the Lustre polish isn't as smooth going on. Like you can see that, and maybe because I had more on the sponge than I have had in these others. It does wash off your hands pretty easily, so that's not much of a problem. So that's our Lustre polish. And let's go to the Gilding polish. So this one is Purple Paradise. And you just want it, like they tell you on their videos, just kind of like make a little mound and scrape it to the edge, and that gives you a nice amount on your sponge. And stay tuned, because I'm going to show you what these look like on embossed cardstock, on light and dark embossed cardstock. They're pretty cool. So here we go, Purple Paradise. Love it. There's a couple of videos out on these. I didn't find a lot, but I guess it didn't take much for me to get obsessed. So Purple Mist is this one. And this is kind of cool. It still looks like it just came right out of the factory. I don't know if these, I've heard that the Nouveau mousse tend to dry up rather quickly. I don't have any of those, so I don't know how those work, but I'm guessing these are very similar. Just so pretty. Here's the Purple Mist. This is really pretty. So that's the Gilding polish. It's kind of a metallic paste. And then we have Tangy Tangerine. Yum. I've heard someone in one of the reviews that I watched, one of the YouTube videos, say that these sponges were much softer than like the Tim Holtz sponges on the applicators. And you can use those as well. You can use a makeup sponge. Oh, this is pretty. I'm not a fan of orange usually, but this is really pretty. So that's the Tangy Tangerine Gilding polish. Oops. Okay, we have one more Gilding polish. Hang in there. And you can see they can be a little messy. I'm going to grab a baby wipe. But what's crafting if you make it a little messy, right? I had a massage yesterday, and my massage therapist was like, "Oh, you have a mark on your arm." I'm like, "Yeah, it's ink." Okay, this is Lush Pink Gilding Polish. Maybe. Sometimes they're pretty tight in here. Sorry. There we go. I think the Opal polishes are a little more, these are thicker. I guess the Gilding polishes seem thicker than the Opal polishes. And the Lustre polishes as well seem a little thicker. From what I remember, I did those other swatches the other day. Okay, this is gorgeous. Here's our Lush Pink. Okay, all right, so that is the end of our Gilding polish. Now we're going to switch to the Opal Blaze. Let's see, we have the Gilded Avocado. So here's a couple I've done on this one. This is the, I think I showed you this, Sparkling Grape and Teal Raspberry. So we've done those already. So let's do Gilded Avocado. I have some sponges here. These come in a much smaller container, as you can see. And they're a little less expensive, but not a lot. I think these were maybe, I don't know, $4 or $5. These were $7 on Joggles.com, $7.22. So they have a little plastic thing covering it up, and it's beautiful. But again, there's not a lot of it. But I imagine that this is the kind of stuff that it takes forever to use it up anyway. So I'm just going to wipe this off the sponge, see if that's enough. Nope. And this is a lot, this is much more whipped. It's not as thick as the metallic gilding paste. That's interesting. Pretty sure it's a Gilded Avocado. Yep, there's the avocado. So again, different on black, dark cardstock than white cardstock. So that is the Gilded Avocado. And what's nice about that little cap is it keeps it from going into the cap of the jar. Okay, next we have Pink Blueberry. And see, they all kind of look alike. I mean, unless you're reading the label, they kind of look alike. Okay, what did I say that was? Pink Blueberry. Doesn't look pink or blue. So here's the Pink Blueberry. I don't know. I think that's very similar to the Sparkling Grape. Let's grab the Sparkling Grape. No. Pretty similar. I want to say that's the same color. What do you think? I'm going to say that is the same color. Pink Blueberry and Sparkling Grape are identical, or there was a product mishap in the warehouse. Okay, Golden Blackberry. So I'm in Texas, and we have the most, they just have the wildest bugs out here. So have you guys ever seen a cicada killer wasp? Yikes, they're giant. Wow, that does not look like golden or blackberry. Looks kind of green. So these cicada killer wasps. Well, that's kind of blackberry. Okay, golden blackberry. I know my words are probably upside down. Kind of interesting. Not seeing the golden. Anyway, cicada killer wasps. They grab a cicada and they take it into the ground. They grow it, put a nest. They dig a nest in the ground. And there's a couple in my yard and a couple nests right as I walk outside and let the dogs out. Okay, sunset orange. However, they are not, the males can be a little aggressive, I read, but they don't typically, they don't have a stinger. So the females don't sting. They don't sting you. They don't bother you. So, and plus they kill cicadas. So. And who likes cicadas? Okay, I'm not getting how this is sunset orange. I might have to be sending an email to Creative Expressions. Here's the orange. Maybe. I don't know. That's pretty pink. Pinkish purple, and then there's blue. So I'm thinking this might be the pink blueberry. Yeah. So they've made these cicada killer wasps. They've made these 2 mounds right outside my door, as I said, and they're all covered up, which should mean they're not coming back until their larvae hatch. Yikes. Okay, last one, turquoise peach. Let's see what we get. Find it unused. Here we go. Okay, I think this is the right color, turquoise peach. Yeah, this looks like turquoise peach. So really, really fun. Let me get those embossed cards to show you. So I was playing, these are all with the Opal polish, and they work beautifully on, like I said, embossed cardstock. So I have a bunch of samples here. This is a combination of several of the colors on an embossed, just plain piece of white cardstock. And then this is a couple of the silver, one of the silver and golds. And they just look, I'm just crazy about them. Here's the graphite. And this, by the way, is called, this embossing folder is called Bubble Burst. It's also by Creative Expressions. It's a 3D folder, and it's very fun. I got this one on scrapbook.com. Here is one of the golds, and this is a braided embossing folder by Spellbinders. It's I don't think they call it 3D, but it's deeper than a regular embossing folder. This again is the graphite. I really like that graphite color. One of the golds. This is a, I don't remember who makes this, maybe Doris, a Bubbles embossing folder. And there's that Bubble Burst embossing folder. And these again are all the Opal polishes. And I think I did some on white. Let's see. Yeah, that might be the only one I did on white. So that's the review. That's the kind of info. I just love the colors. I love how the texture is super smooth. They go on super smooth. It's really easy to get them just on the embossed part of the embossing folder. I mean, you can, it depends on the embossing folder. So this embossing folder is not very deep. So I did get some on the background. But you put this directly onto the cardstock, not onto the embossing folder. If you put it on the embossing folder and run it through, it's likely to dry first. So you might get some on it, but it'd be a different effect. But anyway, lots of fun. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks so much for watching. Bye-bye.